Wike is saying that he doesn't want Fubara to win the election in 2027 in Rivers State. Who does he want to win?
He's not going to tell us. He's going to look for a puppet.
Should Wike resign and face the Rivers State politics, or sit and continue to face the ministerial seats, which some people have described as possible distraction from the Rivers State politics?
Wike being a minister gives him relevance at the national level. If he's not a minister, I don't see how it will be relevant.
But of what use is that relevance for somebody like Wike, who seems to be more particular about power and control? And when it comes to power and control, it comes back to what you're able to bring to the table. And for somebody like Wike, it seems like it comes back to how relevant he is in Rivers State. And what political party would we say Wike actually belongs to today? Is it PDP? Is it APC?
Does Wike have a political party right now that is viable enough to face APC even in Rivers? He's fighting. So I don't know whether you think he's also fighting for his life. The man who is the governor is aligning with the center.
Yes.
Will Wike have the power to stop him from getting the ticket for the second time? Given the fact that it's not even in their party, is APC. But I thought that Wike had miscalculated his strategy.
The backings that Fubara currently enjoy, it was the national level of the APC. By the end of the day, the Rivers State politics, is it not about the Rivers State people? The election in itself, would it not be about the Rivers State people? Wike is going door to door to ensure that he has a grip, the local grip on the people of Rivers State. And the battle is to ensure that Fubara does not win the 2027 election in Rivers State. Does it not appear as though Wike is still in charge of things?
What happens if Wike joins the party tomorrow?
He will be given a position. There will be a seat for him. If he decides to join, he will be placed accordingly.
Will he replace Fubara?
No way. He will certainly be under Fubara.
But do you think he will agree to be under Fubara?
That's a choice for him, right? If you follow, you will be followed. But if you don't follow, nobody is going to follow you. When he was the governor, he was followed. Now that he's not the governor, he must follow. You cannot carry the position of leadership after vacating the seat.
But you know, he always gets what he wants. Wike, probably he will move for is it alteration or changing of the APC constitution to now say maybe if you had served and then you are still agile and all that, you know, politicians can do anything.
Well, I think you are not being fair to Wike. You want us to revisit his encounter with that naval officer, where he tried to get what he wanted and he didn't get what he wanted. So I don't want us to go there so that we don't overflog the issue. But certainly he does not get what he wants all the time. There are times when if you go against the let down regulations, you cannot get what you want. And as a lawyer, he knows better. Because the first article of the Constitution, I'm not a lawyer, but I know the first article of the Constitution. It says everything and everyone within the Federal Republic of Nigeria is not supreme over the Constitution, which means the Constitution is supreme over everyone. And the Constitution has spelled out positions hierarchically. It has spelled out roles. So you cannot come and impose yourself above that which was prescribed by the Constitution. He is a lawyer, he knows better. The Constitution recognizes the position of a governor. The Constitution recognizes the position of the president. It recognizes the position of a leader.
But we are beginning to see a situation whereby political leaders deal with the Constitution at their convenience. Look at the recent issue around the tax reform, you know, and many other things. So will you blame people like Wike who believe? Because he said as soon as, you know, Fubara, for instance, has his ways, he is buried. But he concluded himself, meaning that crisis is brewing heavily in Rivers State. Are you not worried looking at the voter strength of Rivers? And by the time now Wike is not satisfied with the current arrangement, probably you will not get the votes that the president expects to get from Rivers.
Yes, I will not be happy, particularly because I don't want to attend his funeral. But
Wike's funeral?
Yes, I don't want to.
Not the president's funeral?
Certainly it's not going to be the president's funeral, because the president didn't say if someone wins, he will be buried. But he said if Fubara wins, he's going to be buried, but conditionally, politically, he said. So I think he is not talking about a real
life situation.
Yes, so politically, he said he will be buried politically. Okay, I don't have the right to vote in Rivers. I don't have any special interest in Rivers other than the victory or success of my party. So whatever happens, my wish is that the APC wins in Rivers, and I believe it is going to win because it is working assiduously day and night to see to it that it galvanizes the opinions of the people of Rivers in such a way that they will vote for it. I am confident we are going to win. Whether that win will result in the political death of Wike is another thing which I don't want to see. I want Wike to remain alive politically so that we can have more political entertainments, even if without the brigandage. I want a polished entertainment so that we keep the body politics active, you know. So as a lawyer, I look forward to seeing more finesse in the way he does his things. I don't like the way he does things with brigandage. It is not in tandem with the teachings of law. Most lawyers have this arrogance. They say they are learned. I always find that insulting. All those
Are you saying he's not learned the way he's behaving?
I want to say he is not that learned in law, because decorum is one of the things that is expected of a lawyer. They always show themselves as fine gentlemen.
And he don't behave as such.
His attitudes, his utterances are in conflict with that. I don't know whether there is that categorization, but definitely the way he does his things conflicts with what lawyers say they are told to do things, because they are learned. They are learned. They will always tell you we are learned. And if you are learned, you should be seen, if you are a man, as a gentleman. If you are a lady, you should be a lady.
It's not unexpected. Wike is not a member of APC, therefore he cannot be saying what's happening in APC. Let's get the facts. The head of the party in a state like in Rivers, the head of APC, while Fubara was in PDP, was the party chairman. With Fubara as a member of APC, he becomes the leader of the party. Now, between the leader and the chairman, I don't know of any other locus of authority within the party. For you to then have somebody who is not a card-carrying member of the party, taking positions, warning people to stay out of Rivers politics, not PDP politics in Rivers, not APC politics, but Rivers, is that his private property? So those are the issues on the table that rankle. Now, concerning the letter, if I was in the secretary's position, I would be scandalized to keep quiet and allow this to happen. So I believe the man has acted promptly, in fact, too late. The other point, that the distinction between supporting the president and being a member of the party must also be noted. I can support your program, very enlightening, highly cerebral and the rest of it. That does not make me a staff of Arise News. No matter how much I love the program, I like to see Charles every week, I cannot then come to management and say, well, I didn't see Charles on Thursday. That's the point. So at the level of objective assessment of the issues on the table, I believe that Wike has been living a charmed life for far too long. Is the wretchedness of the PDP that's made him to be carrying on? Because why hasn't he been fired from that party all this while? That's question number one. Question number two, Wike himself has to be careful. You know, there's a difference between being connected to the national grid and being connected to a UPS. If you're connected to NEPA, the old NEPA, you know, there will be light if there's no light. But if you're connected to a UPS, the type of the one you attach to your computer, whenever there's no light in that UPS, you're gone. Now, Wike is connected to a UPS called President Tinubu. That's the source of his power. He's not aware of it. So he's carrying on as if he has extra powers coming from the moon. He doesn't. Let him look at the story of Andioba. about the most powerful person in Nigeria under Obasanjo. And this was the analogy I used when his issue was raised. I said, Andy, my dear brother, is on a UPS called Obasanjo, but he doesn't know. Once the national grid collapses, the power of the UPS will last for some time and will be gone. Wike is on UPS. Somebody.
My leader, my boss, Chief Barrister Nyesom Wike, the leader of the other council, River State, my father, Chief Anabraba. I want to recognize all the entourage of my leader, my master, the leaders of our political leaders in Onega, the Renew Hope family in Onega, our performing women, oh yeah! The articulate and the powerful youth bodies. Youth, oh yeah! The entertainers, the cultural group, the bucle and all. Well, I don't intend to waste your time. His Excellency, sir, I am your product. Our leaders have expressed the minds of these people here gathered. You have done so much for us that I cannot tell it all. But the only word I have for you today is to say, you are a divine project. You are a divine project. And Onega people will never be ungrateful, and they can never abandon your cause. In this area today, we no longer speak about party. We only speak about renewed hope. The only party we have in Onega is Wike. Where you go, Onega people will go. Where you charge us is what we do. We don't have any regret. I don't need to say, just like my chairman of the Lozais, I say all you have done for him. What about me? I was a village man, very good Omok man, a fisherman in that matter, a good farmer. I went to Port Harcourt, because of you. I was not only a
Come back to the channel. So Rivers politics, it has now turned into a personal battlefield between Nyesom Wike and Governor Fubara. And the biggest losers I'm seeing here is just the people of Rivers State. What should be governance has now been reduced to ego, control, and endless power play. Because now Nigerians are no longer confused about what is happening. They are just tired. And lots of people are saying Wike should just leave Rivers politics alone and just focus on his role as a federal minister. But do you think Wike can do that? Because he cannot continue to act like Rivers is still his private estate. No, that's wrong. You are not a minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, for crying out loud. You are not the governor of Rivers State. Yes, every political crisis in the state has their fingerprints all over it. Starting from the House of Assembly crisis to party infighting. And it keeps looking like governance must pause until Wike is satisfied. I feel that's not leadership, that's just political obsession. If Wike truly believes in democracy, he should allow Fubara to govern, succeed or fail on his own terms. We also heard that man was suspended recently before he was reinstated. And at the end of the day, he had to even change party. We all know that he's not innocent in this mess. Because a lot of people expected him to rise above Wike's shadow and prove he's man on his own. Instead, this is recent defection to APC has actually raised serious questions about his political integrity and intentions. And now I think he's now the party chairman of APC in Rivers State. So this move looks like it's more of a strategy, and I don't know, it's just like desperation for protection. I don't know what this man is doing, but he's the only one that can tell us what he's up to. Because by defecting, Fubara handed APC members a reason to rally around him. And this is not because he weakens Wike, Rivers people are now watching their states become a chessboard for national political interest. Fubara was elected on the platform of PDP, and many voters, they actually feel betrayed. You cannot preach loyalty and stability today, then switch sides tomorrow because the pressure is too much. Leadership is tested in moments of crisis, not comfort. And if every governor defects when challenged, I feel ideology and voter choice will now mean nothing. On the other hand, APC members are actually supporting Fubara now. And I feel this thing they are doing is not out of love for Rivers State. They are just enjoying the opportunity to embarrass Wike politically. And this is not about development, security, or economic growth. It's about who controls Rivers and who loses. That's just it. So both Wike and Fubara, they need to pause and reflect. Because Rivers State is bigger than personal pride, all this their godfatherism they are doing up and down, or party rivalry. A lot of people are watching and I feel it's becoming annoying at this point. So Rivers people, they deserve a good government, and this is not what they need. Well, what's the take on this? Do you think Wike is going to back down? Please do let me know what you think in the comment section. And if this is your first time joining my channel, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe.